Daddy.
Hello everyone, this is Emmond with Gamey Daddy, and I'm here with another video from Tom Clancy's The Division. Yeah, you're about to be looking at a screen, a document with like text on it, so let's go. So this is the video I promised to make. If you look back at my last 2-3 videos, I think I put a challenge to the community and to, even YouTubers. I said, before we start asking for nerfs or changes, why don't we propose buffs for the underperforming gear sets? And we know the underperforming gear sets right now are FireCrest, Alpha Bridge, and Banshee, and the 4 Tactician as well. And these gear sets, they got no love for their classified versions. In fact, Hunter's Faith is pretty much at the verge of being kind of situational, and there are slight changes that Massive can tweak, and they're gonna shift, a gear set like Hunter's Faith straight into a significant part of the entire gameplay. But Tactician, Banshee, Alpha Bridge, I like Alpha Bridge the way it is, kind of, but there are still some things lacking. So I don't think it's great, but where it is right now is actually okay. So what I asked the community to do was to propose gear sets changes for the underperformers and possible ways that Massive can buff these gear sets to make it fun to use or make it even relevant within the meta. And so I picked out a few of them. I went through about 200 plus comments, and I have a life. I only could pick a few. If you want to read the suggestions, the video is there. There's a link for it here. And there's a whole Reddit mega thread that has a bunch of suggestions as well. Because I tried to post this video on there, and they were like, oh yeah, we have a mega thread. And I was like, okay, whatever. But here it is. This is to you guys. I think some of you are subscribers, and I don't know. So this is how we're gonna do. I'm just gonna read it out. And Massive, I hope you're paying attention to the community. The community is asking for these buffs. This video is not just a video just to read out these things, and you don't have to do these. You guys are the game developers. You guys have the idea that formed the basis of The Division, which is, in my opinion, the greatest game that I've played. I haven't played The Witcher, so leave me alone. When I play it, then yeah, maybe we can argue. So I know people are gonna be like, relax. Okay, I'm gonna do this as quickly as I can. My wife is holding the kids back, and I'm trying to take them out for breakfast and stuff. So let's go. So this is from Nokid GR. 3 days ago ignore this 3 days ago, and his deal is he wants to tweak he would like for us to see if we can get Massive to tweak Tactician's authority. So the 6-piece bonus, aka Tech Hunter, which, you guys can name it that. The stacks are permanently increased to 60, and Pulse gets all the mods active. I mean, Reclaimer gets all the mods active anyway. D3 used to get all the shield mods active, but then they disabled that, and and I guess they disabled it because they knew they were coming out with the classified, and they didn't want it to be overpowered for PvP. And at 60 stacks, the player randomly hacks an enemy's skill proxy within a 30-meter radius. Now, enemies can counter this by blowing up their proxy, and it doesn't activate the death by proxy talent. There's a death by proxy talent that we have on, on our characters, and a lot of people don't really use it. But if you blow up, if you blow up an enemy's proxy talent or something weird like that, this can only happen once every 60 seconds. So just imagine a Tactician can do stuff like that in real-time gameplay. And then you add a 40% chance of the player emitting EMP bursts to jam enemy skills and proxies in a 30-meter radius every 60 seconds. Think Hunters. This is a great idea. I think this is a phenomenal idea, and it lasts for 4 seconds. The chances increase by 20% and the duration by 2 seconds every 3,000 electronics. This person said, I believe this, no kid, you gotta teach us how to say this, buddy. I believe this to be an incentive enough for people to run a Tactician in the squad. Does not make anything overpowered. It buffs the team and a bit, and it nerfs the enemies, as well as give them a precise purpose to the Tactician. Use skills and deal with enemy tech. Keep in mind, a Tactician is as squishy as they come. So if you have 9,000 electronics to get the full, this is a support role. So he came back, and I like the way he did it. He said, well, on second thought, let's assume that. And so this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see people who would be able to think through and think of exploits that could happen. And so this is not just saying, oh, buff it and do this. This is, let's see what possible exploits could be. And so, he came back and said, well, on a second thought, let's assume that a group of rogues are fighting, or some other groups with 3 Tacticians total split among the groups, it will be near impossible for rogues to use their skills, which would not make this viable. An alternative or even a solution to counter this could be that a tactician gives the entire group immunity from EMPs or disrupts, I guess. So if the rogues both have tacticians, then they can still do their thing. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, in my opinion. Because it's one thing to propose a buff, and it's another thing to come back and think about it and say, hey, I think this might be a game breaker. If people run around with tacticians and then everybody's skills are going, you can't do anything. But in the same sense, it's nice to be able to have that effect in a PvP fight. You're emitting, all this disruption from you. Man, I would be happy to run a tactician's gear set. So massive. Please do this. I mean, if nothing, just the EMP bursts like hunters. That would be so amazing. All right, wrestling fan. So he says, I got some crazy ideas for Banshee, but I doubt Massive will have the time to make it. You never know. Have faith. I put a lot of stock in this game, and I had faith just a little bit because I knew they were competent enough to do good, and they've done well in this patch 1.8. So I'm kind of proud of them, even though they don't know the heck who I am. Okay, 2 pieces of what is this, Banshee? 5% crit chance to targets out of cover. The downside of this is a lot of gear sets for the 2-piece don't necessarily have weapon buffs. If not, people will be using them. I think the closest one that I can remember off the top of my head is Lone Star, which gives you 100% ammo capacity. Hey, but Banshee is supposed to be the gear set for the Dark Zone. So everything that comes with and in the Dark Zone should be, embedded into Banshee. So I don't see how this is, this is bad. So maybe they could even throw this into the 5-piece so that way they can give, something else here so people don't abuse this extra critical hit chance. So 2 pieces, 5% crit chance, 3 pieces, 10% damage to targets out of cover, which I think is the same. And then 4 pieces the same as original. So go read the original Banshee. And then the 5-piece is 5% crit chance and 7.5% damage to targets out of cover. So this doesn't get crazy, I think, is why he said 7.5. Usually when I do mine, I use X. So all that, whatever that is. Now the 6-piece is saying, now hold on. Oh my gosh. All right. He was going crazy here. He was about to go crazy. So I'm going to read all this stuff for you guys. It's really good. Banshee's aura. While non-rogue, the user will always see agents with rogue status on the minimap, despite having concealed skills or not. While rogue, the user can see every player within 30 meters, even if they have concealed skills. Now, Banshee's rampage. I mean, he even went ahead to name them. While rogue, the time to gain signature skills back is reduced by 40%. This is supposed to be a ghost build, so let's not even go into how this is going to be overpowered, okay? Leave me alone. I love this idea. I'm going to read it all. The bonus is reduced by 5% for every group member. Your signature skill will be a combination of all signature links and does not need to be... I love it. Okay. Manhunt removal objective will always be concealed to non-rogues. Oh, okay. I'm going to run Banshee. I mean, if this happens, I have my Banshee build. I've been trying not to delete it, and I've min-maxed this bad boy too. I mean, not exactly min-max, but it's as close to min-max as it can get. But if they change it, man. Banshee's curse. While not rogue, your damage to rogue agents will increase by 2% for every manhunt level they have, up to manhunt level 5 on top of the 4-piece bonus. When being killed by rogue agents, after respawn, you can apply EMP status to every rogue player within 10 meters. Whew! This effect will last for 10 minutes. When being killed by rogue agents while the player having this EMP effect, the player will lose that bonus, but the rogue agent and their group members will be marked with Banshee's curse. Rogue agents from Boston. Rogue agents marked with the Banshee's curse will take 5% more damage from all sources. Whoo! This effect will increase by 2% for every group member that said rogue agent has. Rogue agents and their group can only have one Banshee's curse at a time. These effects from the Banshee's user will be cycled each time they're killed. Banshee's curse mark is only available when the user has less than 3 members in their group. Now, this is something for Massive to read. You can also go on my comment section and you can find this. I think you can search wrestling fans comments. I think it's really good. In fact, a lot of people loved it because this took a lot of thought. This is not just a bunch of text. And so, yeah, I love it. Now let's move on. Who else? Shannon Hall. Dude, this was clean, straight to the point. Awesome. Alpha Bridge rework. Either 100% health regen or 2 additional medkits. anyone would work. 8% weapon damage for 3-piece. 4-piece is just stay as it is. And then the 5-piece, 7% weapon damage and a small chance not to consume a medkit when you pop it. This is good because, I mean, a small chance to not consume medkit compared to Nomad's 50% chance not to die and get 60% all damage resilience. This is nothing. This is nothing compared to Nomad's Nomad's proc right now with the 6-piece. And then the 6-piece allows the use of exotic talents with weapon groups. In order to balance this so people don't abuse this, we can say allow the use of one exotic weapon. So if this is a PDF, I can't edit this here. This is a PDF viewer. So I would say to be able to mitigate this 6 talent and make it viable, allow it to use one of the exotic talents. Now everyone's gonna go run the bullfrog as their second talent for assault rifle, or card counter for their other one. But the truth is, right now you can run Alpha Bridge using your bullfrog as your primary weapon. Wait, does it do that? Does it do that? I don't know. I have to investigate that, but that's still possible. So you can use yeah. So I don't know, but this is a good idea. I love it. So fight about it in the comment section. Let's see what you guys have to say. Arjun Watcher, is that how you say it? All right, for this I think Arjun did this. Okay, for the 6-piece FireCrest, the damage for the fire turret, increase the damage of the fire turret, but not by a lot. I have a 6-piece FireCrest rework that I did. I thought about it, and we'll see. You guys get to be the judge. 1.7. Just make it like a 1.7 update, but make it strong enough so that it can help FireCrest users. The 2% chance to set enemy on fire, let that increase to 5%. And instead of making it where the more electronics you have, it increases the duration, make it where more electronics you have, the more the fire explosion does, and that damage can damage the user themselves. There is a school of thought that thinks that the fire shouldn't damage you, and there's also a school of thought that thinks if you play with fire, then you should get burned. So if you're gonna get burned, I think you need to be strong enough where if you get burned and you die, you're like, whoa, I should have kind of been more careful with what I was doing. If you guys understand that line of thought. All right, that's pretty much my take on that. Randy Walker, my idea for the 6-week Tactician gear is why not have ability to hack other proxies? So this is the second time this is coming. And then, this is saying that, other NPCs can hack your tech in the story, in the main story. So why can't we do that? So Massive, this is a trend that I'm seeing, and I have a small YouTube channel. Imagine if we took like a whole poll, what we're gonna see. So periodic absurdity, Banshee. So 2-set bonus, 20% looted DZ funds and 200% looted division tech. Woo, that's a lot of D tech. Says 3, 10% damage to targets out of cover. 4, while rogue, all ammo is completely refilled. I think this is the same thing as a 4-piece. Then the classified set bonuses are 300% looted DZ funds for the 5-piece bonus, 10% extra 10% to damage out of cover. That's an extra 10% damage to targets out of cover. And the 6-piece, while rogue, the time to clear manhunt is decreased by 5%. Now, I think he added this. Rewards for clearing manhunt status to improve while not rogue. He added this. He said, player drops no public gear when killed in dark zone. This is perfect. I like this. If you're going to be a Banshee player, then you're supposed to be in the dark zone. And this will encourage a lot more people to run Banshee. Like, Nomad's not going to be the only thing that everyone's running. Because if you know you're going to get, if you know you're going to DZ, the risk is there, but this is the reward for running Banshee while you're not rogue. But I think this should be done while not rogue. So while you're not rogue, you don't drop any public gear in the DZ. You get a valuable item. Somebody tries to kill you. They can't get anything from you except maybe DZ credits. That's fine. I think it'll increase the incentive to run Banshee. Damage to manhunt status players increased by 5% for each manhunt level. Rewards, blah 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 blah. Look, I haven't copied show less and reply in this one. Mark Church. Oh, thank you, Mark. Proud of you in this video. Well done, sir. Good message, good challenge, good video. Appreciate it. Tactician 6-piece. 30% stacks. Sorry, 30 stacks increase to 40 and can be used on both skills. Then reset to 0. Eliminate that whole 60 stack thing altogether. That thing is so strange. You're trying to make us play the Division in a way that we haven't played it for the 2 years that it's out. I mean, you're talking to veteran players, and even new players will find it even annoying anyways. Massive. FireCrest, 6-piece to gain immunity to fire and gain free intense talent on each weapon. So 25% plus the 2 or plus the 5. So increasing increasing the chance for the target to be lit on fire then. So lose 0.2% fire bullets altogether. Yeah. Hunter's Fate, the 6-piece for the double bolt action marksman rifle. It should double the amount of ammo that your marksman rifle has. I think that's good. I think that's crazy. The M700 would be very, very powerful if you did that, which for Hunter's Fate, if you're going to sacrifice 9k firearms to be able to get melted, I think you should have a lot more on your side. And then this 10-second thing extended to 30 seconds. Some people, I would say 15, so it doesn't get abused, or out of combat like Striker until the weapon is reloaded. Deadeye, 6-piece bonus procs with headshot kills as currently does. 10-second thing extends in 30 seconds, or out of combat like Striker, or until you reload your weapon. Mobile cover increases by 100% in health per 3,000 firearms. Gains 30% mobile cover damage resilience at 10k firearms. Not bad, not bad. Alpha Bridge, in team play, it loses the mini alt thing so that you can work with your teammates. That's what this person's saying, and they want 10% all damage resilience in solo play and 15% protection from elites. I like Alpha Bridge the way that it is, but right now, if you're gonna spec 5 firearms, 5 stamina, 5 skill power, or 6-5-4 or whatever it is, you're still going to be left sort of not so strong in the sense that you can take damage. And with the way Striker Nomad has sustain, and even which other build can you even say has sustain? Right. But in way that Striker and Nomad have sustain, I think for Alpha Bridge as a so-called solo build, I think that should have sustain as well. Who is this? This is Mark Church. Okay, good. A lot of great ideas. Banshee, the 6-piece should give you immunity to contamination events in a dark zone, or permanent concealment from pulses while you're on manhunt, or out of manhunt, whichever, you know. Sentry, Mark should work in PvP too. It'll break PvP, the way it is right now. Ooh, it'll destroy it. Sentry's always been a destroyer of PvP, anyways. So these are the top comments that I got, and I think they're great ideas. Another thing is, if you, I don't know if it's gonna pop it open. So this is it's gonna stop the recording. Yeah, if I pop that open, it's gonna stop the recording. But let me see. I don't know if it's gonna record this, but I have a workaround for FireCrest. I pasted it on that video as well, so I'm not gonna read it here because this video is already tracking on so many minutes long to be looking at text. Well, that's just my spew. Another thing is, if you made it to the end of this video, well, I'm giving away some classified gear that I have that I was able to get in the dark zone. Well, I say I'm giving it away. I guess I can say that. The thing is, you just have to be able to extract it from the dark zone. So if you're on PC, I have in my 3 characters right now classified items. I think I have a Final Measure backpack. I have a Predator glove. A pair. I have Predator gloves classified. It's not the greatest, and these things are not the greatest. This is just if you're looking for these pieces. And I think I have something else on the other one. I cannot remember. It's not Lone Star. It's a Nomad vest. Yes, I have a Nomad vest on one character. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna run around the dark zone. If I get anything, I'm gonna put it up here. So if you're a sub, you're looking for an item to complete a 6-piece, or you're building your 6-piece classified, hit me up on YouTube. You can hit me up on Twitter at GameyDaddy, and I'll install Twitter on my phone. I usually don't, but I will. And you know, whoever is able to, you know, to hit me up, and you know, if you can make it at the time that I'm gonna be online, I'll do it. And I need people to take it off my hands because I want to play other content, because right now I'm sitting in checkpoints in the DZ, just trying to give it out to somebody. So let me know if you guys if you need any of those items. I'm just gonna do it by first that I see. There's no way of doing it, and I'm also gonna be farming and stuff, and if you need help farming, just hit me up and I'll tell you my schedule when I play. It's very, very iffy, so I might not be able to play at the times that you're able to play, but I have some pointers that I can give and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for listening and watching. If you like the content, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. And I guess I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.